Okay, so what will we talk about today? So here is our program of the webinar. So first of all, I will tell you who we are, what am I doing here. Then it will be a few, how many, like 8 different formats of the games quests that I just wanted to discuss today. If you have any questions about them, you are able to ask in the chat, add any info about them. We will stop on something maybe, or you could ask some questions and we will discuss them at the end. So, yeah, at the end, there will be an offer gift for all the participants and for the guys who will see this webinar during the one day from its start. And if you want, you can get an offer gift. And the last one, I will answer all your questions. They might be not about only this theme, not about only these formats of them games. So yeah, you could ask any questions about the whole escape room market, business, how to make escape room, how to write scenario, anything you want, anything that bothers you a lot. So yeah, and our traditional warning, I should say, that it might be mostly we saw the that on our webinars there are mostly like newbies on our webinars, so we're trying to share our experience like with some simple advices. So if you will see that the info that we are giving you like is too simple and you're an expert and you know everything, like first of all, congratulations, you're an expert in the business of escape rooms in this field of market. But mostly yeah, we're trying to share our experience, give you some advices, and it is for free. So just don't be rude at the chats and don't write "I know that all." Even if you know it all, if we'll repeat some of these simple things, it might be useful. You will remember something, you will use it, and it will give you some profit. So yeah, that's our warning and rules. Just to be pleasant and smile. Okay, so again, if you have new viewers right now, just write me any number or any sign in the chat that you are here, so I could see that I'm talking to not to no one. And yeah, that will be enough for now. Okay, so so first of all, who we are. We are the Time Cost Lab company. We are the service company which is specialized on building escape rooms. We are already 4 years on the market. We have a lot of projects done by that time in many countries, many cities. You can see the numbers on the screen. So, and also we are the owners of the escape rooms, like as a separate business. So, and additional to that, why am I talking today about the different formats? It is, we have, I should call it some kind of event company. So we are making like that kind of not non-classical escape rooms, but other different games, outdoor quests, and all that stuff. So I, like me by myself, started as an then I opened this business. I started as a game master, then I became a manager, and now as an owner, I just come in there, taking the cash out of the safe, and that's all what I'm doing in that business. So because it's fully automated, but as I said, as I started as a game from the game master, I know like this business from the beginning, and we've done a lot of projects, and that's why I'm here to share our experience, what we've done, to show you what we invented, maybe, or what ideas we have, and all that stuff. So yeah, for maybe if there is if you are watching our webinar and this is not first one for you, like you saw our previous webinars on our YouTube channel, it might be that you see that before we talked about the classical escape rooms, about the electronics, scenarios, props, and all that stuff. And today it's like other direction, the like fully other theme, what we've got. So yeah, we'll talk about something else, like maybe other business for you to build or to add into your escape room business. Okay, be ready for that. So we are going to our theoretical part, actually, to our cases, to our different formats. And I see that the number of viewers is going up and down always. So, and you still don't write any signs in the chat. Okay, don't be shy. Just feel free to write something there, and so I will get some kind of feedback, and we'll discuss what we've got here. Maybe you'll get some questions on that. So yeah, first of all, I need to tell you, maybe not in this point, I should go back a little bit just about our escape rooms of non-standard formats. Like the main positive moment and the negative one about the games of other formats. So the main positive moment. Imagine that you are opening just you have already like one or two escape rooms and you are opening the new one. In that case, you already have a base of client base, and the opening of new escape rooms, like it's the best marketing, best advertising you could have, because you're just sending the mail to all your client base, sending them that you're opening the new escape room, and all these clients are coming to you. So then you're opening something like that in like, even if non-standard, you could use your client base and said then that we have like new thing opening, so come here and test it. It's a new game, totally new format and all that stuff. But as this is a plus, this is also a minus, because I don't know if any of you was in the such a situation. Then you opened like first escape room in the city. We were in such one once. Yeah, and the problem is then you're opening something new and nobody like doesn't know anything about that. It is hard to. Your goal is not to compete to your competitors yet, but to show people that you've got something new. Like everybody knows what's the bowling is and or laser tag, and then it comes like escape rooms. What is that? People doesn't know, so you need to tell them, and it is really hard story to do. So then you started something new, like new formats. You need to taught people that it is in new entertainment coming, going and see it. So yeah, this is for like in common for all new formats, like to open new business in any field. Uh, yeah, just in common. Okay, back to our for different formats. So first one, the quests or games in imagination. We call it like Phantom, Quest in Mind, Morpheus, different names. Let me just, I have the video here. Yeah, and hopefully this one is on Russian. We have here. I will just put it like that so you could see. It's like we made it as an advertisement, like you could see. So also this is uh, the video about what is it going to be. Like we are trying to teach people that this is a new format, this is not classical escape room, what they are going to do in that. So yeah, there is some info about this format. So and we use it as an advertisement. So how does it work actually? As you could get it from the name, quest or game in the imagination. So the main thing is that people just come into your place. They're sitting in the chairs. They have masks on their face, and they cannot see anything. And the whole game. Oh, there are some feedbacks here going. Yeah, we'll just close it. Oops, not here. We're going back. And yeah, the whole game are running in their minds. So they have to imagine all the stuff around. So yeah, their eyes are closed, and all the action in the imagination. So how the game flow like going? You have two game masters. I should call them like that. Actually, this is two actors. One of them is the main one who is leading all the game, and he is by his voice. I don't know. I should say reading the scenario and. Um, he's telling to the players where they are. So the idea is like, for example, the players they're in closed dice, and this game master tells them that they are just woke up in some kind of a hospital, and they see something around, and he describes all the location that they have around, all the stuff and all of that. So and the coolest thing of this scenario of this format is that it is about imagination, and it is not limited by anything except the game master and the scenario. So players are telling that they want to stand up from the bed and I don't know, turn on the right. Okay, so game master telling them that it is a he describes the wall, I don't know, and that there is a wardrobe. They are going to this wardrobe in the imagination. So they are opening it, and the game master describes what are the stuff in this wardrobe, and they are able to get some stuff and all that. So and all the immersion goes through the sound effects. So it is better to get 5-to-1 sound system. Through the smells, through the testicle, this sensation. So and also there is one more game master who is actually an actor, and he, for example, players are decided to that in this wardrobe there were like I don't know a cup, a pen, and something more. And players are saying that we decide to take a pen. So this second assistant, the game master, he's taking the pen and give it to them. So they got the pen in their arms. Actually, they cannot see it, but it is in their arms, and they can use it in the future in this game. So this also game master, he is playing some roles actually, because in the scenario there are additional heroes might be coming. He's touching these players. He's making these smells. We have them in the bottles. He's making this testicle. All that immersion. So yeah, there are two game masters, actors who are doing the game. So yeah, and this scenario and the game are really wide because it depends only on what action the players will decide. Like if they decide to go on the right, okay, they go into the right, on the left, and all that stuff. So this scenario is really big, way more bigger than the usual scenario for the escape room. It's like a small book actually, because it's a really long story, and it has mm, a few possible finals. So it's written here 5 to 7. Yeah, so that is about how these games runs. What is the pros and cons of this format? So first of all, it does not require a separate room. So actually, if you know, some of the escape rooms businesses, they have the party room, like for big companies, you know. So you might do this game in this exact room, or even if you don't have this kind of a room, you could do this game in one of your escape rooms which is already existed. So because players are coming and sitting in the chairs with the masks, so they don't see any decorations, all the decorations in their mind already. So the game master is telling them what is to imagine, you know, what to do. So yeah, you don't need to have an additional space. And the good thing on that also, uh, first of all, you don't have to pay rent for that because you already have the space. And the second thing is that imagine that you do it in one of like in your escape room number one, yeah, and you have a booking on your website, and it is twice is your chance of getting booked for this exact space. I mean, if it will be booked for the escape room number one, then the players will play that. If they booked the game in the imagination, it will be booked that. So it is not a good way if you have like all day booking for the whole week and all that stuff. Yeah, so then you will lose the money. But in the case if you have like spaces in the booking, it is a better chance to get the booking and to get the more games and not to pay additional price for the space for the rent. Investment. Also, you don't need to make all the building of the escape room, so you don't need to do the decorations. But you need to buy some prop or make some props for the game, some stuff. So you need it, yeah, as a pen and as a cup, in my example. So yeah, the investments are really less than in common escape room. But you need some equipment, I don't know, laptop, sound system, all this stuff still. Yeah, and freedom in action. As we talked before, the main thing of this scenario is as it is an imagination, you could do like anything. No, not like anything, because it's still limited with the scenario, but comparing with the usual escape room, then you have just one room and like I don't know 20 puzzles to solve. There you have too many actions, like way more action to do on that. So yeah, and now that was the pluses. The minuses. You need two game masters to actually actors, and this is a loss in profitability. Actually, I don't know who's looking right now and um, who will see this webinar later. So in different countries there are different cases. I mean, in the Eastern Europe or in Russia or in some I know South America countries, the workforce is not so expensive. Actually, it's really cheap. So we are adding animators in our like classical escape rooms in horrors, actually, especially to add more performance, to add more horror stuff and all that stuff. But I know that in other Europe, in the Western one, or in US especially, the workforce is really high, expensive. So yeah, it might be less profitable than the common escape room, the usual classical one. But still, you see the difference in investments and all that stuff. So in our case, these two game masters, they're actually, I don't know, students or yeah, some actors. Um, so this is about that you will need to pay money for that game to your workers. Second one, strong dependence on the humor factor. Uh, so this comes from the first one actually, but still, I don't remember that there were such a situation. We actually have this format in our business, and I don't remember then like game master was in a bad mood and he just run the game really poorly or some. But I guess and I assume that it might be so. Yeah, it depends on these game masters you have. So you need to. This is an advice that you need to check them and to get them really like properly. So you need to make an You need to hire a really good ones, not just as any student you have. Okay, less confidence from the audience than to classic escape rooms. Yes, that is a story about that you're sitting in the mask and you cannot see anything, and there are such people that are, you know, they need some visual effects, so they need to see the decorations, all that stuff, or maybe they have poor imagination. So. Maybe not everybody will like it, but still, somebody like, as I said, somebody like love bowling or laser tag, and some other like escape rooms. Some don't. So it depends on the people. But still, here is a chance that people are not seeing anything, and they will not like it. So you need to be. You need to know that before. So. But actually, I don't know. It might be the plus thing if there are. I don't know if your city has a lot of escape rooms already. Like I don't know, way too more, and you're adding this new format. So your city already has a lot of fans of the quests of the games, and the new format for them will be like something new. They will for sure try it. So you will get your audience for sure, mm, even that it is some kind of strange with closed eyes the game. So it might be a plus. And not for children. I don't know. Actually, the escape rooms for children and the classical escape rooms are different. So they are really differs from each other. And here, I think you understand that kids are not. It is. I don't know. I cannot imagine the situation. Then the kids are sitting 1 hour with closed eyes and playing this kind of a game. No, they need to run. They need to rush, do all that stuff. So this is not for them. That's why this is not your target audience here. You could use and because of that, we are mostly writing these kind of scenarios in the horror theme because it's strong emotion, and adults playing the horrors mostly. But now we are actually writing the comedy one, so also on emotions, it might be funny to sit with your guys and with closed eyes, imagine all the funny stuff. Okay, so that was about the games, not the escape rooms. It is some kind of game in the imagination, or call it Phantom, because Phantom, it is the name of our first scenario in that format, in that genre. So that's why we call it Phantom. All our other scenarios we call it Phantom. So quest in the mind, as you want. Okay, hide and seek. Another format. Actually, this is completely not the escape rooms, but it is something might be close. How it comes? Um, it is like uh, it should be a lot of people. It could be less, but I know that especially in America, they like the escape rooms to play 8 to 10 people, because for our country it is okay to play 3 to 4. But in Europe and in America, they like to like make big for the big teams. So, and this is a solution for them. Hide and seek. Everybody know what's hide and seek. So how it looks like. We have the big group of people, like, I don't know, like 20 people. We divide them by 2 teams, 10 by 10, and we have the space. Actually, it should be a big space, and it is in the whole dark. And I don't know how to describe. Maybe you do you know the playgrounds on the street for the kids, or these playgrounds in the malls, with this pool of plastic balls and all that stuff. So imagine that it is such kind of a space, but in the whole dark. So, and first team, first 10 players, they are coming in the whole dark. They have from 2 to 5 minutes to hide, like touching the walls and all this stuff. But in the whole dark, so they cannot see anything. They are trying to find some safe space, not to be caught. So they are hiding. After 5 minutes, so this was the first team, like Invisible Man's, Invisible guys, and the second team, we call it them hunters. They are coming to that exact room, still in the darkness, and they are trying to find and caught these first team and to take them out. So they need to, in 15 minutes, take all the first team out. If they done it, we checking the time. Then they are changing. Second team goes hiding. The first one is hunting them. So there are few, not the scenarios, few modes of the game. So yeah, it is might be interesting. So it's like in our childhood from there. So it is. It is okay, but we have the pluses and minuses here also. So first, as I told you before, this is a good one for the big groups of people. So it is really actual for some countries. Actually, it's actual for anybody because the second plus, you can invite classes, corporate parties. It means if you have something for the big groups of people, you're opening a new market of corporate clients. Like you can send this offer to all the companies around, which has, which, yeah, all like common company has, I don't know how many, 10, 20, 100 people. So in that case, you're able not to do just one game in the escape room for 4 to 10 people, but one game for 4 to 30 people at one time. So you have a new market of corporate clients. It is really big, actually. This is one, but huge positive moment here. They could be any age. It could be kids. It could be adults. So doesn't matter actually. So yeah, classes also. I mean the schools. So you could just go to the any classroom and ask, "Do you want to play this game?" And you have from one school you could get how many clients? By client I mean one group of people. And investments. It should be less than the classical escape rooms, but you still need to remember. Don't forget about this stuff. Like my advice is, first of all, you need to prepare. There are no scenario here, but you need to prepare some kind of a design project, not some kind of like exact design project. So like all the drawings, all the schemes, all these, because it is really hard to create these obstacles already in the building, during the building. So you need to prepare the whole plans document, what will be there. I don't know which kind of obstacles, this pool with plastic balls, some ladders, some second floor maybe, so and all that stuff. Yeah, and then building. So design project and building. And the minuses here, that you need a big actually area. So this is not like as a usual escape room. You need something bigger with actually high ceilings. So because yeah, second floor will be really cool. For people to, can you imagine in the darkness they are going up and down, hiding somewhere. um, this is my advice. So yeah, you need a big place. So the minus here is paying rent. Actually, yeah, you need to get clients a lot, get a lot of corporate clients. But still, the good one, hide and seek. Escape room transformers. I don't know if anybody has that. We just came to that idea. Um, I will tell you a story. Some kind of we have an escape rooms for 4 years already, and like first then we started, we had a booking like all days all times we have booked. And of course after a few years our booking going less. And actually when we started we were the first escape rooms in our city, and now there are about 150 escape rooms around. So of course there are competition and we have to get some more booking. And we discovered that we have just classical escape rooms, and we do not touch the target audience of the kids. And what we've got here, we put we've put it the escape room for kids into the existed escape room for adults. So we uh, actually, yeah, stack party. We have the escape room which is called stack party, and we made the assistant to superheroes inside of that. So here it is some kind of hard work, I should say, to do this scenario first. So you have the same environment, you have the same decorations in the room, but in this way we have different puzzles. So in one room we have two lines, two stories, two electronic systems of the puzzles. Actually, we are removing some props and adding others. So if we if we have the booking for the kids escape room, we're adding the kids props to that, removing the adult one. If the stack party one, we are replacing it. So that's how it works. Um, so yeah, it could work this way. And actually uh, this could not be the horror theme escape rooms, like it is hard to make from the horror one the kids one. But it is, if it is the something classical, like I don't know, like anything, we can imagine the scenario and add it. This is like a trick. This is an idea. It works actually. So we have booking from the kids, and that's great. We took like other target audience to our escape room. So yeah, pluses here. It again, it does not require additional space. So we already have this room. We just put it another game in that. So we are not paying rent for that. That is great. We are again, we are twice as our chances on getting booked for that exact room. And investments. So you already have the building. You already have the decorations. For sure you will have to do something, replace something, buy new puzzles, buy new system, buy new props, maybe edit some decorations. We made it actually, so we painted one of the walls so that it was in the scenario of stack party connected, and it was a clue in the kids theme escape room. So one wall, but different meanings for two different scenarios. Um, yeah, but it is still, it will be less than to make a new escape room. Or if you don't have a space for a new escape room, just out of space, it is some kind of possible variant for you to make something in what you have. But the minuses here is that you have other target audience. Remember, I told you that is then you are opening something new, then you're trying to get the new target audience. It is the same thing. Like if all your escape rooms before was for the adults, you need to open for you like new channels of advertising, like the whole new forms of advertising. So yeah, you'll need to prepare for that. Like new target audience, new business model. I don't know. You need to get not business model, but still a lot of stuff to do to get this audience to your new audience to your rooms. Okay, so let's go further. VR escape rooms. Okay, so do you have any new guests here? If you are new to our webinar, just connected, just write something on the chat so we could talk to each other. Or maybe if there are any questions about previous formats or something like that, also you could write something in the chat. Yeah, I'm looking here. I have the window with the chat, so don't mind that I'm looking on the right. No questions? Okay, that was a little pause. Let's go. VR escape rooms. What should I tell about that? Okay, let's see. I don't remember. What should I tell about that? Let's read. Team game for four people. Okay. I will tell you here just my opinion on that stuff. The whole story about the VR and AR. Um, I don't know how it happens exactly. Maybe in your country it is differs, but how it happens in my mind. Like around 5 years ago, the VR theme was really in trend and it was really popular. And I don't know, on every corner, everybody was speaking about the VR, like VR, VR, VR. So but everybody started to get some businesses on that, trying to make these games, all this stuff. But when we try to play these games returned us to, I don't know, 2000s, with these graphics, then the body of the human is made from the cubes. um, and in my opinion, from that it came, we lost some emotions on that, some interest of the of people around, um, because it was not high quality and really expensive. I think it was like 5 years ago. So from that, everybody forget about that, and I think like this year, maybe last year, people started again from the start in this field. I think mostly because of the big companies like I don't know if you saw the presentation of Apple or other companies, Samsung, and that they presented their AR kits, new AR games, like AR. We have arcades, do all the games and all. So now the technologies are much higher quality. So and people again are coming to this trend, but carefully. I think a little bit more careful than 5 years ago, and because the once interest was lost. But still, I think that it will be like really, really huge wow effect if you will write on your website that your escape room has an AR in it or VR, because still for now it is something interesting for people and they wanted to try it and all this stuff. But still, we didn't find the high quality solution here. So I cannot give like many advices here. So I will tell you what we're like working on. Yeah, it's written here that there are solutions in which you are first of all, like common solution that you are sitting with their glasses and with your hands doing some stuff. Or actually now there are some solutions, then you are with some kind of the gun, with a stick actually, with the computer on your shoulders, walking around the room and shooting the zombies. So yeah, now technologies are coming higher and actually cheaper. So these games are appears. How should we do it in the escape room? Yeah, let's talk about the pluses and minuses. People want to try, so as I told you, if you will write on the website that you have AR in the escape room, you will totally get more bookings on that escape room. And the human factor is not more than, yeah, it means that it is automated, like it is a game. Still, VR is a game, so you just play, push the button start, and the players, or nothing happens, so no human factor, they're playing the game. Minuses, yeah, I've already told you that we did not meet like a high quality solution here. There are some limits about the number of people, the size of the room, of the space. So these are the some technical stuff in here. So we could talk about that if you want to. Oh, you asked. Actually, VR escapes are popular. Yeah, I'm exactly talking about that because. Mm, I could tell you some technical stuff on that. I don't know if you're interested in how, because how is it how is it hard to organize? Like it is easy to do for, not easy, but it is still normal to do for 4 people, but to do it for 10 people, it is like way more exponential, harder to do. Or the space, like common small room, okay, but the twice this room will be also much complicated work and expensive in 10 times. Yeah, and what we've got here, so VR escapes are popular or not. We've seen some of the rooms, then you are putting the VR glasses on, you're sitting on the chair, and with your hands manipulating, like flying there, take some stuff. But actually, these games are really low quality on the graphics. But actually, you could do good graphics nowadays. But like 2 days ago, it was awful. We played it. And what else? Oh, and for us, it really wasn't interesting at all, because like 15 minutes you were trying to, first of all, you were studying how to move in this virtual space, and how to take the things by your hands. And the next 15 minutes you were taking these cubes and putting them into the proper place, or shooting the laser with your team to some point. It was not interesting. It was not a quest. It was some kind of a. It was called an escape room or quest, but actually it was a demonstration of what we've got into virtual reality right now. So it was so-so. I really regret the money I paid for that. Uh, but still, nowadays it becoming again as a new wave. It's my opinion. It might be wrong in your country or so. It becoming again popular. So because of this AR kit, AR applications in this app stores, Google Store, and what we are trying to do right now, we are working, like we see three directions here in our opinion. First one is the easiest one. It's like easy to do, and we're working on it right now. Is to add AR puzzles in the existing room right now. Like easy. Then you take an iPad and looking at the space and do something with that. It's really easy to do. It is solving our problem first plus in here. Then you are writing on the website, our escape room has an augmented reality in it, and people love it. People come in there, and we have one puzzle. Yeah, it is one puzzle, but still we have it. So people want to try. We get more bookings. Um, Maybe not one puzzle. It might be 5, 10 puzzles. But still, it is like separate AR puzzles in the escape room. This is the first direction we choose. The second one is to make actually like 10 AR puzzles. It is becoming more to the second direction. Then we are trying to connect the quest game and the something with the virtual or AR reality. Because as I told you, what we've saw like 2 years before, it was not the game; it was demonstration of VR. In my opinion, because there were no puzzles, no riddles, there were a number of actions to do, and we're making right now. We are working on that, and we are trying to do that in the amount of price like for the as usual escape room to build. Like usual escape room, it is worth to build around, I don't know, 20 to 30 thousand dollars or more. It depends on also the country. So we're trying to do in these numbers something, some solution. So it will be a whole escape room, but based on the AR or VR. And the third solution, it is already, actually, I saw that, and my partner played that. There are some solutions, and they are coming better and better quality right now, which is actually not totally not the escape room, but it is a game. Then you are putting the computer on your shoulders, taking the stick, which is actually a gun, taking the VR glasses, and you are walking through the space and shooting zombies. So uh, it is a big other direction we are thinking about to do that or not, because it is yeah, other market. It is about the game, but in some kind of the virtual reality. The good one, if you want, you can find the Void. It calls. I saw some materials from the U.S. I don't remember the name from Russia once. If you'll send me some messages, we could talk about that, and I'll send you some materials about. VR rooms are not popular at all. Exactly, because there are no VR rooms, in my opinion, because it is not VR rooms, it is VR demonstration with really low quality. That's why we are now trying to do the usual common escape room with augmented reality puzzles. Any of these new formats are more popular than classic ARs? Uh, Really good question. Would you mind if I will talk about that a little bit later, or should I tell about that right now? Mhm. What should we... Okay, I will answer right now. First of all, yeah, we have a few more. If we are talking about no, okay, Transformers or hide and seek is other, or in the game in the imagination, it is the games and formats which you can add in your existing place, in your existing rooms. So it will. It doesn't matter if they're more popular than the classical escape rooms or not. They're just adding the number of bookings to your existing place. If we're talking about the hide and seek, it's hard to compare because because I think there might be less bookings, but the price for that is bigger because one time they're playing like not four players. There are 30, 20, 30 humans playing at one time. So yeah, price is 10 times bigger. So you need 10 times less. Not actually 10 times, around 10 times less bookings. So we don't have this hide and seek, but our partners have, and they get a really good, really good result on that. They have it. So one big space and one for the classical escape rooms, and one area. It's pretty big actually for the hide and seeks, and they have a lot of corporate games there. They're getting a lot of money on that. VR escape rooms. Also, if we're talking about the, I told you about three different directions which we choose and which we are trying to do. Except the third one, we are not working on right now. But the first and the second one, first exactly, it is in my opinion, it is the to make better your existing room or to make a new escape room, the classical one, but with a cool feature like AR. And the second one, we haven't built it yet, so I cannot tell you if it is worth it or not. So yeah, that is comparing of adding. How to compare adding new room of or this new format. Adding new room is cost you. mm I don't know where are you from actually, Tom. Sorry, because it depends really on money. Okay, for example, if you ask, I think from 20,000, it should be more, but from 20,000 to add these some of these formats uh, that we talk transformers or quest and imagination, or there will be some new formats also. It is way more or less investments, uh, and for some reason maybe you don't have a space. So we are not talking. Each of our clients have different situations. I would like um, some want to start like new direction of their business, like it is a whole new business, like this new format outdoor quest we will talk right now. It is not about the classical escape rooms at all. This is the quests which are new direction, new business, event company. So but it is connected with the client base, it is connected with the interest of people. That's why they are connected and might be useful for each other. But what to do, like to open to make this outdoor quest event company or to open the new escape room, is hard to compare actually. Or no, it's not hard to compare. It doesn't hard. It's easy to compare if you will make the financial plan. How much money do you have? How much money do you want to invest? And look at the cash flow and P&L. So it's easy to do. It's not hard. So everything you want to do in your business goes through the money, because business is all about earning money. Actually, if you're not earning money, that's not a business, that's a charity. So yeah, we could talk about that. Let me finish about other formats, because yeah, as I talked at the beginning, today we are talking about different formats, even if they are not about the escape rooms. They are connected to the escape room business somehow. But this is like to make wider our vision on this business of entertainment, which is connected to the quest. Okay, we will get to that back later. Outdoor quests. This is not escape rooms. This is games that take place in some other territory. Like this is also the corporate story. Then we have a company, and they wanted some kind of the quest, and hmm, they have a party in their office, or I don't know, in their somewhere or anywhere, and we are coming with the game, and we make this game for them. It really differs, so it depends on the scenarios. We have a lot of scenarios of these outdoor quests, and the game might be from 10 people to 200. Actually, this picture on the slide is made in the opera theater in our city. So we made a game in the opera theater. Yeah, they ordered it from us to increase the interest of the culture of the opera between the young people, because young people love quests, and through the quest they wanted to invite them to the opera. Yeah, so there were 100 people playing in this huge theater in all the spaces. Or for example, we made one event. I don't know how do you call it in English, like day of the city, bir- birthday of the city. I don't know what's the name exactly, but and there were 1,000 people. Or we organized the game on some festival. There were 1,000 people. So, and this is a whole new story, not about the escape rooms, but it is somehow connected because it is games, quests, riddles, puzzles, and if you have the exact name, like Time Cost Lab has the escape rooms, and Time Cost Lab is doing this kind of outdoor events. And on this outdoor event for 1,000 people, you have the advertisement of your escape rooms. It is making better to all of your businesses. Um, yeah, I think we will make the one more webinar about the exact outdoor events because we've made a few really. So there are a lot of to tell you about here because they're really different from 10 people to 200, different locations, different scenarios. It's really interesting. Yeah, investments here really low, so you don't need to invest actually anything more than scenario. And for some props, maybe stuff for to organize this event. One more plus that it is really wide for the amount of people that can play at one time. It is really so we like it because it is a corporate story for big companies, and as I told you, it might advertising your escape rooms, so it is connected still and all that. Minuses. It is a full of human factor because this is the event which is organized by the animators, by the you have to hire the guys who will organize it. So yeah, it is hard work because you need to work with people on that. And again, we are meeting this minus other target audience. We discussed it before on other formats. So you have the totally new target audience as a corporate clients, and you need to prepare the commercial offer for them, some advertising, and all that stuff. So this is completely new business. Here it is exactly new business model, new business, but that can give you some positive feedback in your existing business of escape rooms, and still on our escape rooms reception area, we are putting the I don't know, pages with info, which is written that if you have a big company like more than 10 people, and if you want a game somewhere at your territory, we can organize the outdoor event. We are getting the clients from that also. You can add it in the on your website. So still, it is connected, but different target audience, different models. So that's why I'm talking about that here. Oh, this is just a small our experiment. Oops. Okay, I'll just we are making it right now. We just had a order from our partner which has a laser tag, and he wants to add the game quest game in there. So we wrote him a scenario which is like so players are not just shooting at each other; they're solving the riddles, getting the codes, capture the flag, and all that stuff. So we wrote a scenario. Actually, we made a props, so we could add, like some kind of prop, like a bomb, and they need to, like one is the terrorist, one is the cops, and they need to somehow. I hope YouTube will not ban me for these words. Okay, I don't know. Yes, some kind of that stuff in the laser tag. So we just added the scenario. It is a good thing that if you have already this business, you just add in this scenario here. It makes more interesting for some companies, and so you can just the offer might be just as an example, the game of laser tag just $100, The laser tag with the quest game, $200. You get additional 100. Great. Yeah, so investments here. It really depends on what you want to add. If you want to add some props, some models, it will cost you more. If you want just to add some, you need to add some props, so it will be interesting because with just a scenario, it will be not differs from the common laser tag. Okay, yeah. Also, the additional channel to attract people to your exact escape rooms. So there will be ad in this laser tag about your escape rooms. They will like this game. They will come to your escape rooms again, cross advertising, and also for the big companies. But the one minus, you need a laser tag your own, or maybe you could find some partners. That might sound funny, but actually that is a good way of making business. Like you found someone who is making laser tag, come into to his office and tell him, do you want me to offer you a game, quest game? This is my equipment, this is the scenario. Just if you will sell it, you will get your percent, I will get mine. Okay, great. So that is how it works. You might do it even if you don't have the laser tag on your own. Okay, and I think we have two more. What's the time? Oh, actually, it's 1 hour already. Okay, we'll be fast. Escape rooms in abandoned buildings. So I'll also have the video of that. Night of Living Dead, we call it. So this is our bestseller, actually. So we made it last summer. Yeah, this is some kind of the outdoor event. We have the abandoned building. It's really huge, and also we have a lot of So this is a spooky, scary thing, the horror one. So we have like 10 animators there, which are the zombies. They are frightening the people. So and people have to walk through these hallways, solving the puzzles and find some way to exit from there. Yeah, I hope you understood from that video. This is some kind of also add video. Yeah, so we made it. It's completely new business model. Also, this is not just an exact escape room. This is outdoor event which we made once in 1 or 2 weeks on the weekends at night to make it more scary. Yeah. So there were played 16 for 4 players. It might be less or more. It is a horror. What should I say more? It is. It's a really cool thing. It might be. It might be okay. Let's go to the plus minuses. Investment also really low because you don't need you don't need any props. You just need the scenario here, the idea, and to prepare something. And the plus is that it is for me, even that I organized it, even that I wrote a scenario and I knew everything about that. That was the most horror, scary, I don't know, escape room game, quest, to call it anyway, thing that I've played in my life. Oops, sorry. Because really, imagine that it is a night, it is an abandoned building, and 10 zombies are not just watching at you, they are trying to kill you somehow. It was really, really, really scary, even that I knew everything and I knew the zombies that were playing. Um, that is a huge positive moment here. That it is, if you will organize that, it will be most horror thing in your city. Minuses. If you are making it in the on the street outdoor, you need to make it on warm season. It is actual for our country because we have winter 8 months in a year, and it is really cold. So you need to do it only in summer. But if you have good weather, because we have partners which bought it to Thailand, and they are making it like we can make it every day, or it could be heated room, but it should be really huge. You saw on the video that it is really big abandoned building, so all that stuff. Yeah, in some cities it's difficult to find a building, and also it is this one is all about the safety. So this one is really hard on some in some countries, in some cities it is okay to do that, but I know it might be a problem in Europe or in US because you need to some signs from the government about the safety and all that stuff for that kind of games. So because in our case we just taken the signs from the players that they understood the risk and all that stuff. We are making the whole teaching that what they could do, what they couldn't do in that case, all that stuff. But still, it might be difficult to. It's really important about the safety, and it might be difficult to find a city. Oh, city building. Sorry, and the human factor. Again, in this game, in our case, we have like 10 animators, 10 zombies walking around, organizers, all that stuff. So it is hard because it is you need to work with people. But the investments are low, and to organize one game, it is really cheap. Okay, and the last one, last for today, role-playing quests. Such games, then let's read. I know each player gets a personal legend with a description of their role, secret information, and specific goals. What does it mean? For example, we have one scenario about the Wild Wild West, and each player has their own role, like a sheriff, a bandit. Okay, a lot of. Sorry, it's kind of late in here. My brain is not working. Some girl who is not a. Okay, some good guy, a bad guy, some. Huh? Barman, yeah. Some we have like 12 roles, and they are different. They have their own legend, and they are reading it, and nobody in the room knows. You know just your own legend, and you have the goals for the game and some secret information. So to win, you need to achieve your goals, and it is some kind of the speaking game. So there are some props, some requisite people talking to each other, trying to I don't know lie to each other maybe, or to make some tricks, or to get some info and all that stuff. So it is needed a little amount of props actually. Yeah, exchange items, informations. Yeah, so. Some kind of this role-playing game for I don't know. We are playing 1.5 hours, so it's kind of interesting. And also, what's the pluses? Investments are really low. You need just a scenario with the description of all the roles, all the goals, and all the full story. And again, you don't need a separate room. Again, this is the story about that you might do these games in the party room of your existing quests, or in maybe some quest in escape room which is already existed. So yeah, but the minus is you cannot open it in a horror because you don't need decorations here. But it is okay if the decorations will be like neutral, so like an office room. So players are playing, nothing bothers them. And if the game will be in the horror, it will be some kind of strange. It will be not in the theme. and less confidence from the audience. Again, we're getting back to the quest in the imagination and all that stuff. So you need to tell people what is that, and how to play in that, what it is like. But I like this format, even from all those formats. I like this one most, I think, and I've played a few games and like first, even the first one was not successful because it was we played it from other company, not ours, and it was low quality, and like most of my friends didn't like it, but I like this format, and after that I played a lot. We made our own and all that stuff. So yeah, that is about this one. I think that was the last one. Okay, and if we have still somebody in the room here, offer gifts as I promised for all the participants and for the guys who are looking this webinar on Monday, 19th of March. So you're able to write us a message that you saw the webinar and want some kind of discount. Yeah, if you buy any ready-made scenario of these non-started escape rooms before the end of next week, with the promo code Gavin Belson, I will give you 50% discount. I choose Gavin Belson because I don't know if you saw this show, Silicon Valley. I really like this TV show, and it is new season coming next week. I think it will be like on 24th or 25th, sorry, of March. So I choose them because of that. I'm just looking this show from the start again, and this with this promo code, I will give you 50% discount on that. So what do we have? I've just told you about these different formats. What do we have? They're all playing escape rooms. We have two or three scenarios. Um, we have two scenarios of these escape rooms in abandoned buildings. Quest and laser tag, we have one. A lot of outdoor quest scenarios. We are not touching that right now. Escape room transformers also. Or we could write the new one for you. So if you want the unique scenario for you, just tell me. We will do that. Hide and seek. There are no scenario actually. So